We are live in effect.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Alignment Podcast is live.
What's up? What's up?
Yes, indeed. All righty. So, first of all, I want to let everybody know, thank you guys for coming out and checking us out. This is the Alignment Podcast. We're going to get right into it. We have our special guest, Deanthony here. Deanthony Lewis.
What's good, everybody?
Lewis, could you introduce yourself? Fix your camera just a little bit, Deanthony, so your whole face can be on the screen just a little bit.
Can you see me?
I can see you just kind of cut off.
It's just
so I'm looking in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit over. Hold on. There we go. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we in here. Like
all right. What's good, everybody? My name is Deanthony Lewis. I am a videographer, photographer, actor, real estate agent, entrepreneur, connoisseur. I just do it all. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick intro of me.
All right. So we're going to get right into the interview. So let's start off. We're going to start off. Deathless came out, was it a year ago? Almost a year ago, last December. Deathless was released on Amazon Prime last December. We're 3 months away from December, almost a year in.
Yeah.
So tell me about it. What were your thoughts and experiences on working on the set of Deathless? Give it to us straight.
Okay, so working on the set of Deathless was super dope. It was very interesting because I actually got to see this project when it was called something completely different. And I got to be a part of it when it was called something.
What was it called?
You said what?
What was it called before?
What was it? La Mas?
This song, yep.
This song, yeah. LDS. So I was actually the cameraman, and as well as everybody had a few different roles within that crew. But my main role was the cameraman, and to watch how you guys went from LDS to where you are now, being on that set, it was really dope. I felt like it was super professional, especially compared to where we were at. We were just out there on, it's a few of us trying to figure it out with some little lights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have as many people as you guys had. We didn't have everything together, scheduled, set aside and all that kind of stuff. So it was very dope being on an actual set, surrounded by people who love what they're doing. And actually, we can actually come together and get everything flowing fluently.
I forgot you was on part of the original cast.
Yeah, big original cast. Hey,
the original cast.
I'm talking about all I did was the cameraman. I forgot I was whole Fang for a second. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah, that's right.
I was Fang. I literally played Fang for a second. So yeah, I still got that clip on my computer somewhere. I could pull it up just in case.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I found very interesting because the thing about it was we came a long way. A lot of people's characters were changed. Even Patsy was originally, was it Celia?
Yes.
And she got actually a lot bigger role. She went into playing the lead role, Isis. So there was a big transition for a couple of characters. What did you think about? What were some of the pros and cons you would say on working on the set of Deathless?
Well, like I said, all the pros, I feel like it was due to the fact it was very organized, very structured. One of the cons I feel as though was having a lot of people on set at one time, because I kind of feel like you got a lot of different energy, you got a lot of different opinions, you got a lot of different things going on, and sometimes people aren't where they need to be. Sometimes people are confused at how things are going and stuff like that. So I feel like when you have a super big crew or a larger crew, sometimes certain difficulties can arise, but that's the only downside that I can say, to be completely honest. But I mean, hey, that can happen with no matter what size the crew is, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like when you have a larger crew, it's harder to keep track of who's doing what's going where, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. That's why you really got to trust and depend on people, which I feel like you guys had, very dependable people. So it all ended up working out.
Go ahead, Sue, what you got for him?
Okay, how did you like playing Ike?
You said, how did I like playing?
Yes.
He was cool. He was cool. To be honest, like, I really miss playing Fang. Just because Fang was that guy, you know what I'm saying? Fang was that guy. But Ike was very cool. I feel like he was a good substitute and in replacement of Fang. I felt as though he was very aggressive and edgy. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me a opportunity to show that side of me. So I really felt as though I had a chance to connect with him on that side. And he was funny. He was a pretty funny guy as well as he didn't. He was kind of more so on one of the carefree. He was just there to have a good time kind of guy. So I really like that side as well. But like I said, I do miss Fame. So.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Go ahead, Sue. I'm gonna let you take over for a little bit.
Let me see. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Let me ask you this. Who was your favorite character in Deathless, and who did you dislike the most in Deathless?
Who was my favorite character? Who did I dislike the most? I'm gonna have to say, Thomas's character is my favorite character.
Really, Malcolm?
Yeah. I have to say Malcolm, just because Malcolm he's just so innocent, dog. Like everybody else is around him, like already, trying to put him up on game, play him and stuff like that. And he's just so innocent.
They weren't shit.
He's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here. Like I'm just trying to figure all this out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was my favorite one. As far as my least favorite, I would have to think on that because I really don't have like a least favorite person, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I feel like all the characters were pretty dope, and I mean they all played their role, so I don't really necessarily have a least favorite off the top of my head, at least.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you that too, Thomas. What about you?
My favorite character would probably have to be Daniel's character, Julian's character, Daniel. And my least favorite character out of all the characters, I probably would have to say, I was not a huge fan of, and we're just talking about characters. I'm not talking about the people person.
Yeah, just characters.
Malcolm got on my goddamn nerves.
Yes.
Malcolm, the character that I played, got on my goddamn nerves. He was definitely someone I'm like, yo, just what the fuck is wrong? What's wrong with you, man?
That's why I liked him though, because he was like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing here? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just here to figure it out.
He's like constantly like, crying over some foolishness with women and him missing his steward and everything else.
Real life.
Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. But let me ask you this: what were your thoughts, D, when you first saw yourself on Amazon Prime? What were your first thoughts seeing yourself on a platform like that?
I was like, this can't be real. Like it can't be me. I'm on the TV watching. Like this ain't YouTube. You feel me? Like this isn't YouTube. This is at Facebook Live. This isn't Instagram Live. This is actually something that you have to have an account for. You have to pay a subscription fee for. You know what I'm saying? So this is very exclusive. So I felt very proud, just for me, but also for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like I said, I literally, like we all remember, we used to sit, you know what I'm saying, film for hours on end and sit there and try to figure out each character's role. How are we going to do this? Should we rework this? You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. So it just made me feel very good to be a part of something from the beginning and to see it flourish so well. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing that touched my heart. You know what I'm saying? Not just necessarily seeing me was cool. I got to be like, hey, that's me. You know what I'm saying? But I also got to be like, hey, I was a part of this back in I met you guys in 2012, 2013, something like that.
That long ago?
Yeah. Wow. It's been a minute, bro. It's been like going on 10 years now.
Oh, so, that is
crazy. Yeah. So we all linked up in like 2012, 2013. Yeah.
That is why. Because I remember the days Suzette introduced me to at the little restaurant.
At the little restaurant, yeah. We all sat down, yeah. And you want to know what's crazy, dog? Like, Suzette, did you put the post out there?
I put it on Facebook.
You put it on Facebook. So when she put it on Facebook, I don't know, like I just felt like it was very professional. So like when I came to the thing, I was like prepared. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this is very professional. When I got there, I got what you guys. I was like, oh, they just like me. Like we kicked it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like it was very cool. It was very cool. It was dope how the universe played out. You know what I'm saying? And to see us go from that to even just being here today, all in still in connection. You know what I'm saying? still
Full
being
circle.
creative and stuff like that. It's just very dope.
Absolutely. Didn't we almost get arrested, like doing some location scouting?
Several
Your
times.
fault. Your fault.
That we shot a whole horror movie that I wish I could find because I can't,
No,
and like that was incredible.
I think we got like some snippets on Facebook. I mean,
We got a trailer, but like I'm talking about the video. Like we finished it, but I can't find the actual video, dog. Like I really wish I could find it. Like we sat. The crazy thing is, we sat, bro. We went back. Well, first off, we went to the location scouted, right? We was like, all right, we can do it like this. We came up with a whole theory on the spot. Then mind you, this is literally impromptu on the spot. This isn't like we sat over days and came up with this. Like we literally went there that day. It was like, let's shoot this. Let's do it this way. What do? We came back later that day when the sun went down and we shot it. And it was super creepy, dog. Like we was literally in there on some like ghost finders, ghost hunters type vibes. You know what I'm saying? Just with the cell phone lights and the cameras and stuff like that. And we're in there just making noises and all kind of random craziness. It was incredible. It was
running through the wood, running through the house and the grass, the woods, looking at those
like people shouldn't be doing. We was
exactly.
Doing stuff like we shouldn't be doing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, what about family and friends? What were their thoughts about seeing you on basically the big screen? What are their thoughts about seeing you on?
They thought it was super dope. A lot of my family really support what I do. All of my family really support what I do, but a lot of them really have like came to me and be like, I see you doing this and that. So when they actually seen it, they was like, this is dope. But I kind of we expected something like this of you. You know what I'm saying? But it was super dope. They all said they was proud of me and all that kind of stuff like that. But I know it's only the beginning for all of us. So it was a very sweet opening, very very sweet opening. You know what I'm saying? So
awesome. So let me ask you this: what inspired D'Anthony to start to get into film?
You stole my question.
I did. My fault. Let's do the next.
Go ahead and ask me, Suzette, so I can answer your question.
Yeah, let me feel important over here. What got you into photography and film?
Okay, Suzette, I'll be sure to answer you. No, but to answer you guys' question, to be honest, dog, like so I had a whole bunch of odd jobs in college. You know what I'm saying? I think I counted between 12 and 15 jobs total up until this date. You know what I'm saying? My last job being 2 years ago. But I worked like 15 odd jobs. And one of my odd jobs, I worked as a porter. And if a lot of people who aren't familiar with porters, like when you work as a porter, you do a lot of different jobs. And one of my jobs let me give you some breakdowns of my job. I had to do maintenance. I had to do cleaning. I had to do repair, all that kind of stuff like that. So when it was turning season, when you turn an apartment, you pretty much clean it out, get it ready for the next person to move in. When it was turning season, I actually came across a camera. I actually came across two cameras, a film camera and an old Nikon camera. And so I was like, yo, these are dope. I always had a creative eye. I always wanted to get into video and stuff like that, photos and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, let me just see what I can come up with. I actually took that camera, did a few photos. I was like, okay, this is cool, but it's kind of boring. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This photo game is kind of boring. And also, upon that, also like when I was doing it, Instagram had just released videos. Like Instagram wasn't doing video. A lot of the young people who may be watching this, it was a point in time, social media didn't do videos. You know what I'm saying? Instagram didn't do videos, and they just started to do like I want to say it was 10 seconds, and they upgraded to 15 seconds. It was like from 15 seconds to a minute, then from a minute to like 2 hours, which is what they do now, like 2+ hours and stuff like that. But they started getting to like 10, 15 seconds. So I was like, okay, everything seems as though it's starting to go to Facebook, started to get more video. I think they just got the video through the messaging and all that kind of stuff. The iPhone was starting to get like super pop and FaceTime and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I just feel like video is just a wave. Like, let me just get into video. And so I got into video, and from there, pretty much I just, got into everything else. But I've always been into films. I literally have, if I turn this computer screen right now, I can show you, I have literally a collection of 300+ VHS tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been into film. I've always been into cinematography and visualizations and stuff like that. So once I came across that camera, and once I seen the wave and everything like that, that kind of just pushed that drive and that that interest that I already had. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of just catapulted me into actual film. But outside of that, I slowly did like Instagram stuff. And then to be honest, the first main film style project that I did was with you guys. So that was like the first like, because I was doing like, you know, model style projects. I would take a model out. I'd be like, let's go here to this location. Let's film you walking around doing all this kind of stuff or throw some music on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Or I go shoot a commercial for a business or something like that. But it wasn't until I met you guys and I really like, because I was doing camera work, but once I got around you guys and I started to like really get in the camera, I was like, all right, yeah, this is something that I could really, really see myself in, you know what I'm saying? So from that point forward, you know what I'm saying? So you guys definitely played a big role in the part of being as far as a filmmaker and director where I'm at right now. So.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And one of the things that I found interesting, because when it came to you trying to figure out what was going to be, you know, what your next move was going to be, you kind of fell in on a camera and decided that you were going to, you know, decide to go that direction when it comes to trying to pursue cinematography. And like you said, you started off doing like little modeling gigs and things like that. What about the aspect of the shorts that you were talking? You want to do comedy sketches. There was one me and you were doing, and we were in the elevator.
Yeah.
Thinking like at FSU. Do you still have that footage?
Yes, I still have that footage. I have so much footage of just us like doing. Actually, I have it on this hard drive. I'm gonna go through this hard drive, but I have that footage. I have all kind of other footage. It's crazy because speaking of a skit and stuff, so I'll get into like all the skits. But speaking of a skit, I actually did a skit on your front porch. I don't remember if you remember it, but I did it with on your front porch. But you know exactly what skit I'm talking about.
Yes,
I did that skit. Yep, I did that skit. Never put it out. Just for like a few years later, King Bash to literally do the same exact skit and it go crazy. So I was like, this is insane. So,
really?
Yeah, literally King Bash. And the crazy thing is, Hootie sent it to me. She was like, yo, didn't you do this? I was like, yeah. And she was like, this is crazy. I was like, I knew, like, literally I called it. The King Bash did it and it went crazy. But yeah, man, I wanted to get into the skits and the comedy. I still, you know, I still love comedy. I love to laugh. That's my favorite genre personally. You know, I love action. I love horror. I love all that kind of stuff. But me as a person, when I'm watching something and I can laugh, like you make me laugh, I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So comedy for me personally is my favorite genre. I always wanted to get into it. Always, even to this day, outside of filmmaking, I want to do something somewhat like Dave Chappelle, for lack of better words. Not exactly to that model, but you know, skits, you know, comedy, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, comedy is super dope. That whole field is super dope. But it's not something that I want to spend all of my time and my investment doing. I'd rather spend my time and investment doing film and just doing that to kind of keep me creative. You know what I'm saying? To keep my creative mind sharp and all that kind of stuff. Give me a different things to work on, different things to work with, different characters, different scenarios, you know, all that kind of stuff like that. So that was like the main reason why I was using it, just to stay creative. But it was pretty dope.
Okay. Go ahead, Sip.
So are you working on anything now film-wise?
Yes. I think I told both of you. I told Thomas. Did I tell you, Suzette, about my film?
I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah.
Shooting out in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. I'm doing a movie. I'm giving y'all the exclusive right now. Thomas already got the exclusive, but it's Suzette. I'm gonna also give you the scoop. I'm doing a movie. I plan on shooting. My timeline got kind of messed up because I thought I had a month left on my lease. And so I was gonna buy a house now, but I'm gonna buy it later. So I just pushed my timeline back a little bit. But still next year, I plan on moving to Puerto Rico after I buy my house. And I'm going to stay there for 6 months to a year, and I'm gonna film a movie. And that movie is going to be a romantic comedy, action, Villanova, all of that. Everything you want pretty much in one. I want people to laugh. I want people to cry. I want people to be angry at the characters. I want people to love the characters. I want every piece of emotion. I'm not just going for one type of, you know what I'm saying, emotion. I want everything. So I really plan on shooting that, really starting it like summertime of next year. I'm in the process of writing everything right now. I already have the character scripted out. I already have the name of the movie, pretty much the whole movie scripted out. I just have to actually physically write the script.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. And let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on the state of Black Hollywood? What are your thoughts?
To be honest, man, I feel as though, and this is kind of a big reason why I also got into this. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just me being a creative and loving film and all that kind of stuff, I feel as though we are missing a lot of Black directors or Black projects. You know what I'm saying? And not to say people aren't out there putting them out and kind of stuff like that, but I feel as though like the amount of projects that people are putting out, one, the quality of projects, like the type of projects, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you teaching people? Or are you just putting this out just to just make money? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I feel like we're missing a lot as far as like directors, as far as producers, as far as actors. It's just all around. I feel like it's a huge difference between Black Hollywood and the rest of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though we have to lean on each other and we have to really support each other. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this, because as we know, television is owned by, you know what I'm saying, the Jews or whoever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody but Black people. Like Oprah's the only Black person that we can say that owns a network. You know what I'm saying? Or really anything more so like super relevant, or she has power and pull and all that kind of stuff. So it's like we have to shift that narrative, man. We have to get our voices out there. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to go to all these other different people to try to get them to put us out there, and they drain our message down so much just to fit this, you know what I'm saying, this type of look that they're going for, this type of program that they want. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like it. I feel like especially when you compare it back to the 90s, like you had shows like Family Matters, you had shows like, you know what I'm saying, Sister, or just whatever it was. Like, yeah, they made you laugh and all that, but they also had a lesson behind them. You know what I'm saying? And they also showed you Black people can have families. They can have dads, they can have moms, they can have sisters. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the loud one, you don't have to be the ignorant one, you don't have to be the ghetto one, you don't have to be a thug. You know what I'm saying? There's different variations of Black people. And I feel like that's also something that's missing. If you don't really get a Black director or something like that, you kind of just get this same character of Black person. You know what I'm saying? As far as Black women, they get this one type of Black woman. Black man, you get this one type of Black man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I feel like as Black Hollywood goes, we have a lot to do. But I just feel like it just comes from putting out projects. You know what I'm saying? Like we really have to just start putting stuff out. Like we really just putting stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nothing is perfect. You know, and as much as we love what we do and we want to perfect what we do, nothing is perfect. You know what I'm saying? And so it's better to put something out there that can change people's lives and that's imperfect, maybe imperfect to you, but it still can, it's perfect to the rest of the world, or, you know, it benefits to the rest of the world, versus holding it in and holding all that knowledge and that vision and that voice in because you're trying to perfect this one thing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what we kind of get lost in. So
I agree, man. For the most part, my whole thing is that I think Black creativity is stifled a lot of times in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And I do not like when I feel like our culture is being steered a direction to mm-hmm. harp on certain narratives. Mm-hmm. Again, one of the things that I've said for the longest when I'm talking about, you know, creativity in Hollywood, especially when it comes to our culture, I said, guys, man, look, every single movie we put out doesn't have to be about relationships and drama, or, you know, someone cheating on someone getting a deliberating disease, or, you know, or some type of slave movie. You know, I said, you know, for example, what's the lady's name that did the Harry Potter books? She's a billionaire from writing books. Which what else was, I mean, black folks like that kind of stuff. It's not just white folks that like that kind of stuff. Game of Thrones, Black folks like that kind of stuff, not just white folks. You know what I'm saying? Underworld and things like that and so forth. Black folks like that kind of stuff. It's not just white folks. And I want to kind of get away from that thought process that this only appeals to our culture when it's something to do with some type of debauchery within our community. Like we're more than that. Like you said, we're more than that. And I really want to push Black creativity. For example, the movie Get Out. I thought was very creative. It was something that I haven't seen before. Very interesting movie, creative movie, and I gave it high praise because of that being so unique, unique to our culture when it comes to horror. You know, and I really do wish that a lot of people within our culture don't be afraid to take on certain roles. Because remember, Will Smith was supposed to be Neo in the Matrix. It was supposed to be him.
And literally, speaking of the Matrix, they don't know a black woman wrote the Matrix.
Yo, she actually, I think, and you please fact check me, but I believe that she went to court over that.
And she won. Yeah, she won. She won years later, well after the fact. But yeah, black woman. Just to touch on your fact, black woman literally wrote the Matrix. So there's literally, a whole different. There's different types of black people. Like you said, it's not just this one type where it got to be rhythm, music, thug, this, that, the hood or whatever. Like people like all kinds of different stuff. The same way other cultures like different type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're no different.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things I find very, very fascinating is that when it comes to Hollywood, I feel like it's getting away from, being creative and doing what things that people like, and or even taking risk. Hollywood don't want to take risk anymore. They just want to do fucking, excuse my French, they just want to do remakes of everything. They want to do remakes of everything, man. And they want to gender swap. They want to do all these things. And I'm just like, yo, where's the creativity? We have people that have great ideas, that want to put their great ideas to paper and then put it on the screen. And the problem is, and again, this is something that I learned the hard way when I went to AFM in California. One of my biggest gripes about AFM was, at least from my perspective, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was mostly a huge networking event, which is great. But the problem to me with that is that it gave people that, spent their hard-earned money to go to, that conference and had expectations. Absolutely, Mato. Absolutely. We got a viewer right now. He sent a comment in, salute to you, Maito. Salute to you. Thank you for coming and joining us, brother. I thought to myself, I said, when they really, really harp on who was able to bring the audience to come watch it. Makes sense. For example, they want to know what name is going to be in your project that is going to sell tickets and views. I get it. Because they want to get there and get, back on their investment, get their investment back for what they're putting into the show. And I think, unfortunately, that makes it very difficult for aspiring creatives to get a chance to show what they can do. Now, when it comes to, Hollywood and big budget production, I am not talking down to some of the big time guys that put in their time, Denzel, Leonardo, what's the young lady's name? She's great. What's her name? Devil Wears Prada. What is her name?
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep. People that have put in their time. You know what I mean? For being in the film industry. I'm not saying that we need to push them to the wayside, but I'm saying I think they need to give other people chances to really show their stories, express themselves, and things like that. Because I think Hollywood is so concerned about are people going to come watch this movie? If you make a good movie, people want to watch good stuff. They want to be entertained. Okay, Hollywood has been habitually making trash movies for the most part. Let's just be honest, putting A-list $20 million celebrities in these things and trying to figure out why they're not doing the numbers that they think they should be doing. Marvel is starting to see that now. Marvel is actually having to lower the bar now because they're saying it's due to the pandemic and things like that. But they're having to lower the bar as far as sales because of the numbers aren't what they used to be. The billion-dollar Disney movies might be a thing of the past now, especially when it comes to superhero movies. So yeah, I'll land with that. What are your thoughts, Sue?
Well, you know how I feel, Thomas. I'm so sick of Hollywood always doing the remakes. Nothing is ever original anymore. think it's ridiculous. Where point is now, I'm on Amazon watching a bunch of B-list movies that are more original than they are of these A-list because I'm tired of seeing. Why do we need another Jungle Book? Why do we need another, child
Cinderella. Like, oh my God.
Cinderella? All these other things. Why after 20 years we're doing a sequel to a movie that these people have gone and passed away and given us, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, I heard they're about to do a remake of. I think they're going to do a gender swap remake to Back to the Future. I'm like, who's asking for this, Sway? Who's asking for
What
this?
millennial
Why
/
X
about this, Gen X is gonna watch that though?
I don't understand who's asking for these things, man.
Nobody.
Nobody is what they think is gonna sell, what they believe. Because nobody can, like you said, nobody can come up with an original idea anymore.
Absolutely. And again, shout out to My Toe. My Toe said straight up, Disney is kind of remakes. Like they're too lazy to be original.
Adito? That's what you said?
Huh?
You said Adito?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for coming in, Adam. Know who you are. I know who he is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Appreciate you for coming in and supporting. But yeah, that's just my whole thing, man. And I think one of the things is I think that especially Black creatives, if Black creatives allow themselves to, and I'm talking about guys that are already in the game, be willing to, give that helping hand and pull people up. I know, and here's the thing, as far as, like, for example, Tyler Perry, I am not a fan of his movies, but I can respect what he's trying to build as far for giving our people a platform to get in the line. Because Tyler Perry has a big platform, regardless if you like his stuff or not. He has a huge platform. One of my biggest fears with the Tyler Perry situation is people getting typecast. A lot of people have a hard time getting work in things that they may want to get work in, and without being typecast for certain types of characters. Which can be a little difficult. What are your thoughts on that, D?
I agree with you 100%, dog. And to be honest, I'm personally trying to, like here in Texas, I want to start eventually, like later down the road, I want to start like my own studio. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel as though, like you said, a lot of creatives get pushed past. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is getting remade, and it's kind of just disrespectful, especially when you making all these kind of stuff, talking about guys in Egypt, and you got Caucasian people in it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like it's so much. I'm like, yo, and then there's so much stuff that we won't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like that we kind of touched on somewhat this year with like the Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? That just happened. What was it? 100 years of that just happened. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of stuff like that. Like I feel as though we need to make like more educational pieces and stuff, or just even you can make it educational but still creative, you know what I'm saying, funny or whatever it is. But like you said, a lot of people just get passed on, you know what I'm saying. And even with Tyler Perry, like I still feel as though he has this one kind of movies and all kind of stuff he sticks to. And it's like, bro, like go ahead.
I said, you're right. It's just that one trope. The woman's in there and she's got a man, but the man ain't shit. And
I'm like,
he's just overly abusive black man to the black woman. And then
you're dressing up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. His movies are just so predictable now. His plays, everything. You already know the plot line before it ends. Somebody's either gonna die, somebody was unfortunately sexually assaulted, and you got a loudmouth ghetto person, you got a mom or dad tripping. It's just the same things every time Tyler Perry writes for his plays and his movies. Even his soap opera TV show that has and has not.
And then what be killing me, I'll be like, yo, like, let's look at, like, why is wigs and stuff be so messed up? I'm like, bro, you got so much money. Like, if you want to at least do the same thing, like, upgrade it. You know what I'm saying? Like, get them better wigs, get them better men.
Too much money, no excuse. Too much money to be out here with messed up wigs.
My dog was in the background eating air at one point. I was like, yo, what's going on with my guy back here? He's drinking and eating air. Like, can we not get this man a burger from McDonald's or something just to put on the plate? Like,
that
please.
was ridiculous.
Because again, that turned into a whole meme. I was like, oh my God. I said, you went from why did I get married to this? Okay? You went from why did I get married to this
But
nappy wigs.
it goes back. It goes back to what you said though. This
Yeah,
rules everything. You know what I'm saying? This rules everything. So that's
it
all. That's all they worry about. They're not worried about the creative side. You know, because if you look, even if you look at like older TV shows, whatever, they took the same. This is what was incredible to me, right? You had a show like Family Matters or the Wayans Brothers or what Martin or whatever show you want to pick. They're on the same Thomas. They're on the same set every day, but somehow they take it and they make it so interesting to where you forget that they're literally on the same set every time. Tyler Perry has access to the freaking world, man.
Yeah, he does.
You have access to the whole world. These people literally were on one set. My guy with 3 rooms: the living room, the kitchen, and the bedroom. That was literally the only rooms that sitcoms had. Maybe they might go to the garage. You might have Will Smith where he just so happened to go out into his little the house outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's for the most part, bro. It's generally the same. And they might go to the mall, they might go to the store, but it's the same stuff. But they would take that and make it so creative. You know what I'm saying? That's what blew me because I'm like, they're making it creative to where it's interesting to watch, and you're learning something at the same time. You know what I'm saying? With a lot less effort. Like they're not. It's not like they putting them in all these CGI things and doing all of this. But it's like, bro, we live in an age of technology. Why are these shows? Why are we so caught up in nostalgia on this stuff? You know what I'm saying? When we can make that a million times better. Not to say, you know what I'm saying, we want to, but we can literally make that a million times better.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that doesn't make sense to me at all.
I mean, I just heard they're making a Will Smith reboot. I mean, a Fresh Prince reboot. I don't know. Again,
but it's from what they said, it's Will Smith picked the person who did it and he's down for it, which I don't understand why either.
I don't. I mean, maybe he's looking at it from a perspective that he wants to introduce this culture to, you know, some of the things that we knew and loved back in the 90s. But you know, time is constantly moving forward. Like this is like the children that we were. It's a totally different group of people that have grown now. Okay, their values are completely different, and what they're going to do is try to trust and believe. This is why I have a problem with it. They are going to try to stick today's tropes and values into this new show, okay, to try to appeal to this new audience. When I'm like, I don't think it's that necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't think it's necessary. And Brother Maito said right. They want to do the least amount of work for the most amount of money. Absolutely. One might even ask if they are even interested in making anything of quality anymore.
No,
not at all. No. It's all about the money. It's all about quick money. Because again, and I said this, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. We were talking about the Boondocks because I heard they're going supposed to be reintroducing the Boondocks. Y'all remember the show, the Boondocks, all right? And I said, there ain't no way in hell you can release Boondocks nowadays. Ain't no way in hell. So
no
I am very nervous about how they're going to try to portray Huey Freeman and Riley. And I know they got to replace Granddad because rest in peace, Witherspoon, John Witherspoon. Rest in peace.
I don't even think old girl's doing their voices though. I don't think she agreed to the
Regina
project.
King?
Yeah, I don't think she's doing the voices because she was like, I'm not doing this. Like, if it's like,
because she probably knows it's dumb. She knows
that's
it's
what
not
I'm like. So if you don't got Granddad and you don't got Regina, so that's that's 3 voices, right? 3 of the most popular voices of the show.
Voices, yeah, absolutely. Even Charlie Murphy's gone. Charlie Murphy, remember he passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah, and he was part of Thugnificent Crew.
Coming back.
You
know, again, these are the things I said. I don't know if you could get away with, you know, what Boondocks did. And Boondocks to me was comedic genius to me. It was absolutely hilarious to me. You know, especially back in the day, it really pushed the envelope. They were able to go places that if you went places today, you know, you'll have mobs coming for you. Which is it's unfortunate.
And it was dope too because, like, you know, other shows did that, like South Park did that. You know what I'm saying? Other shows did that, but what separated those shows in the Boondocks, it was black. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get away with doing the other stuff these other cultures would do. You know what I'm saying? And pushing the envelope and really expressing how we feel about certain topics. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
That's why I feel like it was super dope.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Aaron McGruder. The beautiful thing about the Boondocks with Aaron McGruder, everybody could get it. blacks, whites, Asians, okay, Indians, Mexicans, everybody got it. He didn't hold punches, everybody got it. And that's what made it entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Because it gave you a more of a perspective from the lens of the black lens and how he viewed other races and things like that, et cetera, et cetera. It was absolutely hilarious. But again, when it comes to the creative genes of Hollywood nowadays, we're no longer getting that. We're getting, again, remakes. You know, you saw they tried to do it with Transformers. They got rid of Shia LaBeouf. They replaced Shia LaBeouf and tried to do Transformers. It was garbage. And again, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I know people are gonna say, "Well, it's because no, it had nothing to do that it was a woman. It had nothing to do with that. The character, the writing of the script was garbage." Okay, one of my favorite movies. And to this day, and it's pretty much an all-female cast. It's fucking Mean Girls. Mean Girls is great.
Hilarious. That movie is top tier. I can literally cut that movie on right now, and that movie's hilarious. We can sit here and go back and forth on punchlines from that movie just because it's that hilarious.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I think Hollywood has it backwards. They think that it's because of, you know, misogyny and people not wanting to watch female leads. No! The female leads that you're creating are garbage.
That's really what it is.
Trash writing. You need to hire. I don't know why you're hiring these people to write your shows. Again, for example, and I'm gonna be fair about this. A couple nights ago, I rewatched a great movie for its time, The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. I don't know how many people are aware of The Golden Child. Okay, I rewatched that. Now again, I love watching that and seeing how things used to be. I mean, gas was 99 cents, guys. 99 cents. It was crazy. 99 cents.
99 cents.
See, The Golden Child, starring Eddie Murphy, was a comedic action adventure starring a black guy.
Yeah.
Okay. A black guy. Now, again, the reviews from Rotten Tomatoes didn't really, review it the best, but I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Okay. I liked it. It was something I ain't seen before. Eddie Murphy wasn't broken, destitute in the black community. Not to disrespect movies like Menace to Society, which I also rewatched and thought was fantastic. Okay? But again, the creativity, we are not one-dimensional. We can do other things. Yes. Movie was great. Okay? One of my favorite black actors, and people say, people have a problem when I say this, but I'm like, I love me some Wesley Snipes. I do. I love Wesley Snipes.
Shout out.
I love Wesley movies. I love Wesley Snipes movies, man. Okay, so it's unfortunately he got into trouble with the law, unfortunately, which kind of
doing the same thing other people do, might I add, but let's skip over that. Doing the same thing, literally our president does. Well, our old president
got him up out of there.
So
got him up out of there. So it just saddens me. And again, when I went back and watched the part 2 to Coming Into America, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was very disappointed in it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I still haven't, to be completely honest with you, I still have not watched that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Just because I don't want that same feeling. Like I don't want to watch it and be like, this is so bad, for lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? Like this is terrible. Like why?
It has is good moments of laughter and everything. And it wasn't too bad for me, but it's not the original, 20 years too late, I don't understand why they always wait, 15 years to do a sequel for a movie.
Hello.
These people don't know nothing about it. This new generation don't know it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So
my toe said, everyone is so soft these days.
Super soft.
TV shows have to tiptoe around everything. He's true. He's right. It's correct. They do.
They're TP nowadays.
Did you see CW's Powerpuff Girls? Did you see that?
I refused.
Oh my God.
Their drawing was horrible. I refused to look at it. It's not the original. I refuse.
And here's the thing. And again, this is no disrespect to the CW. It's no disrespect to Disney or some of these other big time platforms. I get it. My point is that you're taking things that built a fan base, bringing them back to what it appears like to shit on them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's like you don't care about what made the show special originally. You want to take the shell of the show and then fill up that shell with what you feel like is hot and appropriate for today. Okay? And you're disrespecting the fan base. You're disrespecting the fan base because the people that were going to sit back and promote and watch and pay money to watch this show were the original fans. Now you'll turn back and say, well, look, I want to bring on new people. What makes you think new people can't respect what the old did? What makes you feel that way? You know, it's not like, I mean, again, Powerpuff Girls was a classic. It's classic. If I was disrespectful, they did the Mojo Jojo.
Now, I say they beat the hell out of Mojo Jojo every chance they got.
just for shits and giggles.
Right, and him, you know, everybody knows him was a little he was a little flamboyant.
Who, talking about him? Oh yeah.
Him was out there. Him was ahead of his time. If him was a thing in 2021, he would be a president right now.
Him was classy.
But he probably wouldn't work in today's society since everybody, you know, oh, he's too flamboyant.
He would work perfectly in today's society.
But you got the haters, you know, all the haters like, oh, you're pushing the agenda on us. And then you're like,
transgender and all that is a big thing. So they would have been it. They actually did a what was it, Cartoon Network? They actually did a cartoon where it's like two dudes kissing in the cartoon. I don't remember the exact cartoon, but it was like a big thing on social media. Like so I mean, I get what you're saying about they're trying to, people would say that, but they're gonna add that in there no matter what. I mean,
they're going, of course.
SpongeBob was subliminal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was, we all know. We all three of us know what's up.
That's all right, but it was hilarious.
I'll take even further back. What about Ren and Stimpy?
I was banned from Ren and Stimpy. I couldn't watch it.
That I've ever seen.
I could not watch that show.
Rocko's Modern Life.
That was a good one.
My boy Heffa.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I didn't even know the adult content in some of these old cartoons. Lots of adult jokes that I didn't get till I was older.
Yeah,
I didn't know what a heifer was. I used to hear my mom calling other women that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
Yeah, they used to hit us with the subliminals on them shows all the time.
Yeah, hard.
Big subliminals.
Hard, man. And another thing was too, like the explosion of reality TV. You know, look, that was my guilty pleasure. I used to watch Love all the time.
If you love reality TV, you should download, if you don't already have it, download Pluto TV, because they got like this MTV channel. Well, Pluto TV is a free TV streaming like service. Okay. They have this like different shows and stuff. You can watch like Fear Factor all day and all that kind of stuff. But they have like this MTV channel, bro, and I be on there watching Next. I be on there watching. I be on there watching Parental Control. I be on there watching all kinds of stuff. Like, yo, I love reality TV. Was my ish back in the day. Like,
I'm trying to find the original Bad Girls Club because I love me some Bad Girls Club.
Yeah.
Not the
college. What was the college one? They had
college. What was
you
it
mean
called?
Virgin Islands, the College Hill or whatever it was?
College Hill.
That's what it was, because it was the black version of Real World.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That
was gonna be my thing. It was the black version of Real. I remember, a chick got hit in the head with a heel on that show, like all kinds of stuff on that show. Like, I was like, yeah, this show is insane. Like,
and then the girl who got hit with the heel got sent home.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you send the heel girl too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that show.
Look, I used to want to be on that. I used to want to be on the Real World. I wanted to submit my VHS tape, baby. I wanted to be on Road Rules.
I wanted to be one of the ones in the bed doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's he doing?
Absolutely,
I think the only thing I ever wanted to do was Legends of the Hidden Temple, Wild and Crazy Kids, and Global Gut.
I would have killed.
Any game show, I'm there. Especially Nickelodeon game show, you can put me on there still as an adult. I am there.
I always wanted to be fly.
What happened to that? Have y'all seen these networks now? What's happening?
Nickelodeon is ass. Cartoons Network ass. Like all of them.
I don't watch any of those. Disney
used to watch-
has better shows than Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network nowadays.
What does?
Disney had better ones than Nickelodeon nowadays.
I used to watch Even Stevens. Even Stevens was my show on Disney. That was my show with Shia
So
LaBeouf.
do you think it's the writers? Do you think it's the generation? Because I mean, like, think about it, like Cartoon Network, when it had Tsunami and all that kind of stuff, it was cracking, right?
Yeah.
And then like you had Nick at Night, you had, you know what I'm saying, you had all that on Nickelodeon and all
Years,
that.
yeah.
So like, do you think it was just society? Do you think it was like that? The writers, like, what do you think made such a dramatic decline in just TV? You know what I'm saying, as a whole? Because the whole TV just sucks now, bro.
Yeah, I think what it is, everybody is trying to out-struggle everybody. Everybody wants to be the wokest motherfucker in the room. Excuse my French. They want to be the wokest person in the room. So what I'm going to do is make a movie as woke as I possibly can to try to preach to the audience. You can be thoughtful and teach without having to come off as you're preaching. Okay? But for example, Fresh Prince did it all the time. Family Matters did it all the time.
Okay? No, everybody.
They did it all the time. They had lessons in their shows.
At the end of the episode, you're gonna learn something.
Even about, social issues. With police brutality, you know what I'm saying? Blacks in politics. They've had episodes for those things. But the problem is that everything has become so polarizing that, again, everybody wants to outstruggle. I want to be the wokest nigga in the room. Okay? I'm going to show you, as a white person, I'm woker than that black person in the corner. Okay? So, they're hiring these individuals. And it's even seeping in the gaming. I'm in the gaming community as well. It's seeping in the gaming. You got people that don't even like games like that they are bringing on the boards of these companies and giving input for things that they're probably not going to even buy. The constituents of those individuals don't play games either. But they want to have their marks on everything they possibly can. It's a problem. And again, I don't have a problem with your thoughts and opinions on things. Have at it. My issue is you want to take over existing things and add your philosophy to things that have been in existence for years with fan bases. Okay? I tell black people all the time. People say, "Oh, well, let's make a Black Little Mermaid." For what? For what? Okay? Why?
Speaking of that,
why are you trying to take on stuff hand-me-downs that white folks have already done?
What do you guys feel about the Black Wonder Years?
Is there such a thing?
Yes. Look it up on YouTube. They have the official trailer for the Black Wonder Years.
I haven't heard of that one. They actually they're trying to get that. I don't know if her name is Chloe or which one she is, but they're trying to get that young chick who can sing to be the next Little Mermaid. Or she is the next Little Mermaid.
Yeah, she
I'm not
is.
surprised. I'm not surprised. Disney's more concerned about gender and race bending than making a good show. That's all they're concerned about. And I'm like, listen, you can still be diverse. Allow black folks and other diverse groups to come up with their own shit. Okay? We can make superheroes too. And I'm not talking about Meteor Man. Okay?
Oh, we just
respect.
Meteor Man was that guy though, so you're not going to super my dog Meteor Man.
But I mean, Disney can do it because look at Moana. Moana came out a couple of years ago, a hit. So they are capable of coming up with original instead of making these remakes that nobody asked for. We don't care about a Black Little Mermaid. We don't care about we already have a Black Cinderella. They did that with Brandy. They've already done it. We don't care. In reality, they're also helping the issues between the drama between blacks and whites, because when they do turning a black show white, everybody gets mad. Everybody gets mad when they show, switch it up. They're causing this political problem between everybody.
I remember as an anime watcher, are you familiar with the anime came out a couple years ago called Black Samurai?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Black Samurai is that. I love that.
Classic. It was great. It was great.
Black Samurai is hilarious, but you also got to think about it. The dude doing the voiceover is hilarious too. So
well, Samuel Jackson. Yeah. So it was great, man, and you know, that just adds more to the creativity that we have to offer, man. We have so much more to offer than wanting to replace white actors and cartoon characters. Like that doesn't, that doesn't matter to me. That I don't, when I see you, well, for example, when I see a white character that's been fundamentally white replaced by a black person, I don't get any type of, you know, great feeling like, oh my God, we've made it. And most got black people don't. Most black people don't. You know, we don't get, you know, any type of feeling from that. We're like, okay, it is, you know, okay, cool. I'm gonna support black folks because it is what it is. But we don't feel exonerated for no stuff like that, man. You know, we want to see creative stuff. I want to see D's project come to life because it's gonna be original. I want to see Suzette's project come to life because it's gonna be original. You know what I'm saying? I spend time on YouTube watching low budget shows that are made by, you know, young creatives, and even though they're low budget, I sometimes end up enjoying them more than some of these Hollywood blockbusters out here, man.
And what's the name? What's the name? Started off on YouTube. Issa Rae and all them started off on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that. Like a lot of people just see her on Amazon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's like, bro, if you really was paying attention, like that one was on YouTube, so it's there. You know what I'm saying? The ability is there. You just gotta have the dedication and work. But I agree with you, like that we need to focus more on, you know what I'm saying, the stuff we already got. I mean, we literally have a million different black superheroes that we don't even touch on. You know what I'm saying?
Get no time. You know, no play. I mean, I'll raise you another one, D. Daryl Glover. Remember, he was there at comedy on YouTube way before he became quote unquote Donald Glover. You know, he was on YouTube doing Derek comedy. Some of the most hilarious sketches that I remember before he blew up.
Yeah, okay? Childish. When he was doing comedy, it was hilarious. And a lot of people don't know that. Like you said,
they thought his debut was Community. I'm like, no, he's been doing YouTube videos with Derek comedy for years, way before that. Okay. So I mean, again, man, I think if they allow a path for, you know, actual black creatives to be able to have a voice in Hollywood, they would be pleasantly surprised, man. They'll be pleasantly surprised.
But I'll be honest with you, dog. Like, I don't think that'll ever happen. That's why I feel as though we need to push for it. You know what I'm saying? Not even just like fuck Hollywood. I mean, excuse my French, but like forget Hollywood. Like we need to go. Like not even like we need to support Tyler Perry. We need to build other stuff like Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Build other production studios. Build up these other directors and stuff. Because at the end of the day, bro, we already know how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been owning stuff. They've been running stuff. They've been pushing the narrative. You know what I'm saying? But now I feel as though we have an advantage now because back in the day, right? We'll just take when we were younger. The only way you got information was through a TV. And if you didn't hear it through the TV, you read it on the newspaper or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But now we have social media, we have YouTube, we have
Twitter, Facebook.
We're gonna start there. We have the internet. Like we have the internet, which is literally the most powerful. I don't care what nobody says. This is the most powerful thing to ever happen to this planet by far. You can literally get on there. You can have an argument about ants. As simple as ants. And we can get on. I could be like, nah, ants do this. You be like, nah, ants do that. We can get on Google, bro, and find out every single detail about ants we ever wanted to find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like we have the internet and we can and support and stuff. We can really push for this, dog. But I feel as though people are scared.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel as people are scared, and I feel as though people don't really want to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of black creatives that make a lot of dope stuff that have a good amount of followers. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Or a good following. But they kind of scared if they do this, they might lose that following or they might lose that sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? Or they might not have the ability or even the knowledge to think about doing something that'll help their people. Maybe some people, they just thinking about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's nothing against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but a lot of people are selfish and all they want to do is help themselves. They don't want to help the community, which is, like I said, it's nothing against them, but you know, it sometimes you need that friend or that family member or something to be like, hey, you got 1 million followers. You should say something important other than posting just you doing stupid stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And you get what I'm saying?
I think you hit it right on the head. I really do wish more people, especially more black creatives in our genre, would be willing to give out more of a helping hand. Because a lot of times, when people like us, we will, like people within our community, I should say, get into higher positions when they think that they made it, they got into Hollywood, they've been on Netflix, they consider themselves part of the black bourgeoisie. And they kind of forget about, the brother that's trying to, get to the same position to help provide for his family and their community. And it makes it very, very difficult to continue to climb that ladder. And it's very, very unfortunate. And that's why I've always been really, and you guys know this, I've been very heavy on loyalty, man. If I'm eating, I'm trying to make sure everybody's eating. Okay. At least that I've, within my, that direct access to has been helping me from day one. You know what I'm saying? So like if for example, if y'all ever saw me walking the red carpet or sometime at a big film, y'all best believe y'all are going to know about it, and I'm going to be trying to do my best to facilitate a way to make sure you guys that want to come along are coming along the best way I can. Because when I was at AFM, I was asked, they were talking, one person said, would I be willing to basically replace all my cast members for my show? And so I said, no. But again, that's me. I know that might not have been the best business move. Because it may not have been the best business move, but for me, it was very important because I knew everybody donated one of the most important commodities to my project, which is their time. They ain't gonna never get that back. Money comes and goes. They're never gonna get that time they spent on my project back. Okay, so I did not want to disrespect them by throwing them out the window to go cut a check for something. And again, if it was a ridiculous amount of money, sure, because I can pay everybody. You know what I'm saying? But not just to sell out for some crumbs and allow Hollywood to choose who they want to be with. I had a conversation with some people on my company, and we were going back and forth about what platform we should go to. And I'm like, I don't want to go to some of these other platforms. I want to kind of stay with some of the streaming networks because a lot of times on some of these other platforms, they have people that they already have on lists that they're going to be putting in films that they come into contact with. So, for example, let's say there's a gentleman that did not get put in the TV show originals. He didn't get put in that TV show, but the producers, we got the next film we get, the next package film we get, we got you. So they're already a waiting list of other people to be on these things. So the idea that I may have had to bring other people on, no, we don't need you. We got people already. We just need your script. And then not even only that, we're going to have our writers go in and start trying to rewrite things that they find more appropriate.
We really just need the blueprint. Like we really just need something new that that we can steal from and just gear it to where we want to take it to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really all that you're looking for.
Yes, indeed.
It's crazy. It's crazy though, man. Like but a lot of people aren't like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something to respect. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people aren't about loyalty. A lot of people just would be like, nah, bro, I'm gonna cut this check. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make this money. And you know what I'm saying, we're gonna move on. Thank you for being a part. I'm gonna shake your hand and we're gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? At least you gotta be on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people would have said that, but I feel as though what you're talking about and moving in that way is one is the way we need to do it, and two is gonna be the most beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally that's all it takes is support, man. All it takes is time is the most valuable thing that we have, but it's also free. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like, you don't pay anything for it. You just have to dedicate a little bit of your time to something. But I'm with you 100%, man. If you give me your time, I'd rather you give me your time than your money any day. Because I can make money. Like I can go out and spend $100 and get that $100 back next week. You know what I'm saying? But if you help me with this project, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's completely different. So I'm with you 100%, dog. But I think to all go back to what we were talking about in the beginning, this is always going to rule everything. Our society, the way that we move. You got to think about it, bro. Reselling is a huge thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is about money. They take the same shoes, remake them, just to put them out. People buy them. People take those shoes they buy, then resell them to the next person for $300 more. Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's regurgitated. Like that's all we know. Like it's take this, copy, remake, put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all the society knows. Like I think it's just money and lack of creativity. But we have to, as the creatives in this society, we have to kind of lean more on each other. You know what I'm saying? But I think it just boils down to, each individual Because like I said, some people don't care. You know, some people genuinely all they want is that million followers because that's all they care about is their social media platform, and they want their product to do good, and they want, you know what I'm saying, they want to buy this Benz for them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to that. But if you talk about real creativity and pushing the platform for everybody as a culture, you know, it's going to take way more than just selfishness. And I feel like that we're in a very selfish society.
Okay. Suzette, do you have any closing remarks? We're going on an hour now. Do you have any closing remarks? This has been good.
No, I think I'm good.
Absolutely. Hey guys, D, why don't you give us a chance? Go ahead and shout out your social media, D, so these guys start following on social media.
Yeah, so my personal social media is euphoric.visuals. That's my personal Instagram. And then the rest of my social media you can find through my website. If you go to my website, it has my Facebook, my Instagram, Twitter, and all that for my actual business page, which is the actual important part. So check out my website. It's euphoricvisualsinc.com. And it's also in the bio of my Instagram as well.
Okay, and look, man, I look forward to seeing more stuff from you, bro.
Hey, same with y'all. Same with y'all. I definitely want to you know, bring you guys on as much projects and be as part of as many projects as you guys have. You know what I'm saying? Thomas, I definitely want to come out there and see you. That I'm trying to get out there for homecoming, as you see. Wait,
I see it back there.
Hey.
So yeah, we got the family in the back, always represent. But yeah, I want to get out to Tallahassee for homecoming. So I'm looking at that. But Thomas, I'm also gonna try to get out to you, hopefully before it snows, because I like the cold, but I'm not really a fan of the cold for real.
Okay.
We'll make that happen.
All right. Well, this has been great, guys. This has been great. We hope to get you back on here, D, one of these days. We appreciate you for taking the time, my man.
Any day.
All righty. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Mito. Once again, go ahead and shout him out, Suzette. Thank you so much for supporting us, brother. And we hope to see you again. We'll keep giving you shout outs every time you're here. Thank you so much, man.
And before we go out, I just want to say, Suzette and Thomas, for real, thank you guys for having me on your podcast, for considering me to be a person on your podcast. I really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Take care. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too.
Peace.